Sir, you can continue, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Will you please that sharing screen sharing, please. Good evening, my dear students. Last class, good evening, Kana. Good evening. Last class, what we have seen, what is by evolution, isn't it? What is by evolution? Okay. What are the types? Okay, how they are classified? Okay, who stated the statement? All those things already we discussed. Today, we are going to discuss about the evolution of life forms a theory. Okay. So already you know about what is meant by evolution. Evolution is nothing but the process that result in the heritable changes in a population spread over many generations, change in allele frequencies over time, leading to the diversity of organism on Earth. This is called as what is that? Evolutions. Already you know about the heritable changes. It may be transferred from the one generation to another generation by which one you know? Gene only, otherwise called as alleles. Okay, allele present in the particular, what is that? Loci. There's a position of that. Okay, it's called as what is that? Locus. Already you know about that things also, isn't it? Okay, when you are studying the structure of chromosomes, what is that? There is a alleles present in it. Allele is nothing but the alternative gene. Alternative form of gene is called as alleles. Okay, the alleles, it possesses some characteristics. Which characteristics? The parental characteristics possesses. They may be transferred one generation to another generation by the processes called as heritable changes or heritage. Okay, so inheritance. Okay, already you know about. It is a genetic changes in a population or a species over generation. Gene mutate or individuals are selected and population evolve. Now already you know how the changes take place due to gene mutated. Sometimes it may be individuals or selected for and population evolves. These are the common explanation of definition of which one you know evolution process. The evolution, how it will be taken, how will be it will be formed, you know, gene mutated, otherwise called as changes in alleles frequency. That alleles means what is that? Nucleotide changes, nucleotide. Already you know about DNA is made up of more than 1 millions of nucleotides. Each one it's denoted as a triplet codon. The triplet codon mentions the amino acid sequences, isn't it? So the changes happen. What happen? You know, it's also transfer from one generation to another generation. That is called as what is that? Evolutions. Okay, see that. What are the evidence of evolution? So many scientists done the work according to the evolution aspect. How the organism or lives are originated, how it will be, maybe like this or may not be like this. Like that, they what is that? Analyze their research. Okay, here given some evidence for the evidence of evolutions. First one is Charles Robert Darwin. So Robert Darwin, see, in 1809 and 1882, an English naturalist documented evidence of evolution mainly on the basis of geographical distributions of species and the fossil record. Okay, geographical means inhourable, tropical region. Geographical means nothing but the land. Okay, the climate will be different. Take an example, hills places also there. In between there is a moderate temperature. Land is also having a high temperature. Some of the places where high temperature is the alternative manner. That means the very cold temperatures also present in it. Take an examples of which one, Arctic and Antarctic Pradesh. It is also one of the geographical. There also some animals are living. Okay, not only that, and also he took a which one, the fossils record. Fossils record. What is meant by fossils? Already know, but what is meant by fossils? It is nothing but the, what is that? Animal, plant, what is that? Is buried under the soil, it make it as a fossils. The science tells you study with the fossil is called as what is that, paleontology. Okay, this is the first one. Charles Robert Darwin started the work. Okay, the year like that. Just note it out. This is the year. Okay. Next, evolution. The term coined by, already we saw it yesterday, isn't it? Herbert Spencer. They asked the question. Evolution term coined by the name of the scientist called as Herbert Spencer in 1856. Here also the 56 only. You just consider 1856. It's a slow, continuous, irreversible, and natural process of changes to give into advanced and diverse forms of life. Slow, continuous changes, irreversible in nature. That is called as evolutions. Okay, so irreversible and also natural process of changes to give into advanced and diverse forms of life. Ancient, there is some monkey is there. Imagine. Nowadays, it is not like that. Okay, it may be changes. The gorilla, chimpanzee. Okay, so many things is there. Okay, so many animals also present in every tropical regions. Otherwise, called as geographical distributions. Take an example like that. And then the term evolution originates from the word revolvere. Yesterday we saw it, which means to unfold or unroll as life is process of going on. This is called as a evolution. Okay, see that examples from bacteria to man. This is a single cell into what is a multicellular organisms and form a diatom to trees. There are wide differences, yet they share some common features. They all are similar because these two are animals. For example, take an example, so bacteria is nothing but the prokaryote. In this stage, what happened? There is no any rigid cell wall. At the same time, there is no any prominent nucleus. At the same time, what happened? Inside, there is a DNA molecule present in a small manner only, but it is not visible. It is not visible. That's why it comes under the heading known as prokaryote. Pro means primitive, karyon means nucleus. Okay, take an example. Men, it is completely well-developed mammals. Well-developed mammals. It is also made up of eukaryotic cells. What is the meaning of eukaryotic? Central, there is a rigid and visible nucleus present in it. And also cell-bound organelles. What are the cell-bound organelles present in our body? Take an example of endoplasmic reticulum. They may be divided into two according to their nature. One is called as rough endoplasmic reticulum and another one is called as smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Golgi apparatus, ribosome, mitochondria, dictosomes, and also which one there is a big vacuoles all present in the man. And from the diatoms, the diatom is the lowest lowest plant. Okay, to the tree. Tree is a multicellular. What are the? They are all are consist of which one in its diatom is it has a complex tissues. Xylem, phloem, it is not present in the diatoms. At the same time, we cannot be able to differentiate root, stem, flowers like that because they are look like a tree-like structure. It's nothing but a small branches. Compared to tree, we can easily differentiate which one is root, which one is shoot, and leaves, flowers, and we can easily find out. can easily differentiate. So this is the development from bacteria to man, and from the diatom to the tree. There are wide differences. That is called as what is that morphological changes and the internal anatomical. So all those things present in it. Yet they share some common features, but at the same time, both are what is that common feature is that bacteria is animal, man is also animal. They are having a DNA, here also DNA, but it is a rigid, it is not a rigid. So likewise, okay. See here, the changes the properties of the population. Suppose the population properties changes through the generation is the biological or organic evolutions. Suppose this is the changes, isn't it? Bacteria to man. Here the changes is that. Okay. Suppose here the bacteria is also divided into three types: the true bacteria and also archaeobacteria, archaea. Okay. And so many things: cyanobacteria, blue-green algae, and whatever it may be. Okay. These are all are the what is that? Properties also. Okay. And men and also diatom and also trees. The trees already in our, but what are the properties? Their population. Take an example. Small tree is also present in it. The dicot and monocot plants also there. You have to take the anatomical structure, then only you know the what is the internal structure of the plant or animals. Okay, this is the thing. Okay, go to the next one. The Darwin 1859 defined it as the descent with the modification. Darwin stated the statement descent with the modification. Daposkansky 1973 said that nothing in biology makes sense except in the light of the evolution. These are all are what is that? Their own concept, their own what is that statement has given by the scientists. Each one is specific. What is that? Scientists given their observations. Okay, see that the several evidences convenience that modern diverse forms of organisms. Several evidence. What are the several evidence? We will see one by one. Already listed here. Have arisen by evolution for more ancient forms. Following are the main evidences. What are the evidence in here? Evidence from taxonomy. The scientists took the evidences from taxonomical aspect. Taxonomy is, what is the meaning of taxonomy? Anybody else? What is my taxonomy?
Sir,
who gave
naming
the
system, sir?
Yeah. What is that?
Sir, naming system.
Naming or classification?
Sir, classification. Naming comes under.
Yeah. Classification means taxonomy is nothing but the classification of animals by a particular procedure and principle is called as taxonomy, isn't it? The term was given by the scientist. Anybody else? The taxonomy word given by which scientist? Anybody else?
Leeuwenhoek, sir.
No.
Carolus Linnaeus, sir.
No. Please try yourself. Shall I? The taxonomy word was first introduced by A.P.D. Contale. The name of the scientist was A.P.D. Contale. Okay. Just note it down. This is very, very important. So taxonomy. A.P.D. Contale is the father of taxonomy. Okay, the word given by the name of the scientist was taxonomy. Okay. The evidence from the connective links. What is my connective links? It is nothing but the, what is that? Links between the one to another animals. For example, we can consider which one, whether the aquatic animal is there and also the land animals, or in between there is an amphibian. Okay, but at the same time another animals also there. So many animals. We will see one by one how it will be. Okay, connective links, taxonomy, connective links, the evidence from the physiology and physical aspects. Okay, and also biochemistry, biochemical aspects. What are the biochemicals? Events or reaction which occurs within the plant or animal. Okay, like that. Evidence from the anatomy of morphology. What is the meaning of anatomy? If you want to see the heart structure, you have to take the cross sections. Then only anatomically we can identify the heart. It has 4 chambers. Okay, what are the walls present in it? Whether dicuspid, tricuspid wall, mitral wall, whatever it may be, like that. Suppose if we want to take the monocot root, dicot root identification, you have to take the anatomy. Then only you know the structures. The outermost layer called as what is that? Epidermis. Next one is what is that? Cortex. Then innermost layer is called as endodermis. And then pericycle, xylem, and phloem. Xylem, whether it may be a tetrarch or whether it may be a polyarch, like that. That is morphology. And comparative also, monocot as well as the dicot. Whether some of the animals, it has what is that? 2 auricle, 1 ventricle. We are having the 4 chamber, isn't it? 1 auricle, 2 auricle, 2 ventricle. Left auricle, right auricle. Left ventricle, right ventricle. Like that. Some of them are having 2 auricle, 1 ventricle. Okay. Some of them are 13 chamber. Will you please tell me the 13 chamber of chamber heart? Which one? Which animals possess 13 chamber? Anybody else? Anybody else? Ajay, do you know?
No, sir.
No, sir. Okay. What about the cockroach? Cockroach heart, it has how many chambers? 13 chambers. Okay. Just note it down. Okay. And the evidence from the embryology. Embryology is nothing but but embryo. All the plants embryo is similar structures. When it undergoes a development, then only we come to the conclusion. This one is called as monocot, this one is called as dicot. Embryo is similar in nature, but when it grows, what will happen? It produces only 1 cartilage. So we may come to the conclusion, oh, this is called as what is that? Monocot. Suppose if it is 2 cartilage, oh, it is dicot, like that, isn't it? But human beings, as well as other animals, the embryological, what is it mean? Similar in nature. First 3 to 4 months, the development will be similar in nature. All the animals are similar in nature. When it undergoes, after the 6 months, it can differentiate which one is birds, which one is cow, which one is pig, which one is animals. Okay. And also because there is a protrude like such a peak also there in the birds, feathers, and the legs also divided into 3 or 4 like that, fingers. Okay. Take an example, cow, there is a bifid nature. This leg is divided 2. That is called as hooves. Okay. And the human beings, there is a 5 fingers. Okay. But the face is also different. The ear is also here. What is that? It may be a long one or small one. The pinna structure is also different. That is embryological evidence. Evidence from cytology. Structure is also different in nature. Cytology. Take an example of bacteria, coccus, according to the shape and size, they may be divided into so many types. Coccus, bacillus, rod, okay, spirillum, in comma shape, like that. And also genetic material, genetics, DNA and RNA is the basic things. Suppose some of the plant having DNA as a genetic material. Some of the plants, viruses, it has RNA as a genetic materials. Evidence from paleontology, that is nothing but the fossils. This is also another type of evidences. Evidence from biogeography. What is the meaning of biogeography? Some of the plants, animals, they will grow on the tropical regions. Some of them are in the slope region. Take an example, tea. Only planted in the slope of the hills only. Some of the plant, they may be grow in the top of the hills. So these are the, what is the biogeographical evidences. Okay. And then see, so this is the, what is that? It's a tree. Okay. So landmark geographical tree. This is the landmark geographical tree. Here, started from the Monera. Monera is a single cell stage. Okay. Already you studied in the R.H. Whittaker, 5 kingdom classifications. Carl Woese, 6 kingdom classification. Already you studied that things, isn't it? The Monera is a single cell organism and also it's a prokaryote. Okay, here the bacteria is an example, starting place. And then it's also converted into, it's also developed into a protista. Okay, and it has so many branches: Protozoa, Prolifera, Radiata, and Stenophora, Synandria. These are all comes under the headings known as, what is that? Animal classification. When you are going to study the animal classification, these things we will study. See that when it undergoes a complete development, the topmost animals, which one is mammals? Okay, reptiles, amphibians. There is a descending order. These are all descending, and top from the Monera is the descending order. You start from the Monera to mammals is the ascending order. Okay, Echinodermata, Urochordata, Cephalochordata, fishes, vertebrate, amphibians. These are all interconnected with the tree-like structure. Each and every one is connected with another one. There is a small branches like that. A law-mark generative. Okay, trees. This is a very, very important. Starting from the Monera and end with the mammal. In between, there are, what is that? Intermediate is there. Each one is connected with another one. Okay, so this is called as a evolutionary aspect given as a tree. So see the structures. Here the single cell. Okay, here the multi-cell organism. See the in between there are so many animals. Okay, present. Each one is connected with another one. It looks like a tree. Okay, each one it has a branches like this. Okay, these are the examples of which one you know? Lamarck's geographical tree. Okay, first one. The evidence from taxonomy. Already you know about taxonomy is nothing but the classification of the living organism or plant or animal, isn't it? How it will be developed? The gradual development in the complexity or organism with a specialized character from similar organism, personalized the biologist. Simplest, what is it? Complexity of organisms. The gradual development. Taxonomy means it will not grow in the single cell directly into what is that? Multicellular. See here, the Monera is started here. Okay, it will not grow directly to the mammals. It gives so many, what is that? Development. Then only it will attain the, which one you know? Mammals. Okay, that's the first point. See here, the Carolus Linnaeus, for the evidence of taxonomy, Carolus Linnaeus taking the most important. Okay, because Carolus Linnaeus is the Swedish botanist. It is it. Formulate the system of nomenclature. What are the type of nomenclature already studied? What are the type of nomenclature already studied? Anybody else? Who is the father of binomial nomenclature?
Carolus Linnaeus.
Who is introduced? The question is just listen carefully. Who introduced? Who utilized? Who introduced the binomial nomenclature? Anybody? No idea, isn't it? Okay, anyhow, the binomial nomenclature first introduced by the name of the scientist called as Cuthbert Bohn. Note it down, this is very, very important. But Carolus Linnaeus, the binomial nomenclature was utilized in his book, Species Plantarum. You know the difference between who introduced, who utilized that name. Binomial nomenclature already know, isn't it? It consists of two names or two words. Okay, first name genus, second name species. Okay, so this is a thing. Okay, see here the Carolus Linnaeus, it is what is that? Naturalist, formulated the system of nomenclature and classification of organisms. Very closely related animals are kept in the same species, showing their ancestry. Very closely related. Okay, animals are kept in the same species, showing their ancestry. Ancestry means is the old one, otherwise called as parental one, like that. Okay, go to the next one. Classification of animal is based upon their natural similarities and dissimilarities. What are the differences? Similarities, what are the similar characters? Resemblances. Okay, they are all considered similarities. Dissimilarities, what are the other than the similarities is called as dissimilarities. Okay, monkey is there. Take an example. All the monkeys are there, but there are some changes is there. Similarity, all are monkeys. Dissimilarities, ape as well as a chimpanzee. Okay, and also a lion tail. What is that? There is a difference. Let's take an examples of that mouth part or ear, fingers, that body part, like that. Okay. So these are the dissimilar that establish their genealogical relationship and common ancestry. But what about that chromosome? Take an example. Any one of the animals, okay, any one of the monkeys, taken a chromosome numbers, only the presence 48 only. It will not rise, it will not decrease. This is called a similarity. Dissimilarity, whether sometimes some of the monkeys it has a tail, some of them are doesn't. Okay, so some of them are big. Already you know about. Okay, this thing is also reported by the name of the scientist called as Carolus Linnaeus. They may ask the question, according to the Carolus Linnaeus, the evidence of taxonomy, how the animals are classified on the basis of what? Similarities and dissimilarities. Okay, that is very, very important. The genealogical tree was first drawn by who gave a genealogical tree before we saw it. Which one is that? Lamarck in the year 1809. This is also very, very important. Just note it down. A geological, or is called a genealogical tree was first drawn by who draw the tree. Okay, this was introduced by Lamarck 1809. This year also very, very important. Okay. See the next one. So this is the taxonomic hierarchy. Already you know about the level of classification, which is a unit of classification. Anybody else? Which is the unit of classification?
Species.
Unit of classification. Good, super, super, correct. Species is the lower category, lower hierarchy, level of classification. Which one is the highest? Already you know the kingdom. The species is the here species, a subspecies, genus, subgenus, family, subfamily, order, suborder, class, subclasses, phylum, and also division. Once again repeated. Phylum is a zoology, and the division is the what is the plant. Kingdom. These are the what is the hierarchy, taxonomical hierarchy. So very specific in nature, a genus as well as a species, and very general kingdom, whether animal kingdom or plant kingdom. It has been reported at the which one you know here, ascending or descending. This one is descending order. Okay, kingdom to a species. Suppose if it is a reversible manner, mean what is a kingdom to species in the opposite. That's why given here the both are arrow. See, this is very, very important. Okay, the hierarchy. So many times they were asked in between genus and order, or family and class, which one is there? Order. The genus and order, family. Species and family, genus. Like that they may ask the questions. So you must know the hierarchy, order. You must note it down. This is very, very important. You know about species, genus, family, order, class, and phylum and kingdom. Okay, which one is the highest category in animals? Like that they may ask called as phylum is the higher state of animals. Division is the plant. That is also very, very important. 2 times they were asked in the NEET question paper. Okay, so go to the next one. The evidence from the connective links. We will pass on to the next one is called as evidence from the form connective links. Connective links means what is that? In between there is a mediator is there. For example, virus is one of the microscopic unicellular microscopic endoparasite. What is my endoparasite? Because the virus is a link between BW denotes between. Okay, I have mentioned here in short manner, just note it down. Okay, viruses. Okay, it is a minute microscopic endoparasite. Okay, obligate parasite. Sometimes it may be obligate. Why it is called as obligate parasite? Because they are the link between the living and non-living things. Living. When it enter into the coast, it will act as a living organism. Suppose if it out of the coast, it is non-living in nature. Okay, so the virus is an example. He's given here as a evidence of connective link. Okay, link between the living and non-living. This is the connection, living and non-living. And blue-green algae link between the prokaryote and eukaryote. Already I mentioned prokaryote, primitive. Eukaryote is a unicellular or multicellular. What is a well-defined nucleus? Well-developed cell structures. This is that's why the blue-green algae in between the prokaryote and eukaryote. What about the euglena? Already you know about euglena. It is a very, very important because it's a moving animal and moving plant also. Okay, euglena, a chlorophyll containing green protozoans. What is that? It comes under the getting known as protozoans. Connect the animal kingdom with the plant kingdom because it possesses what is that? Chlorophyll. But it is animals, but it possesses chlorophyll molecules. So it may be in between the link, which one animal and plant. So that's why this is also very, very important. Okay, the connecting of the animal kingdom with the plant kingdom, which one of the following is like that? They may ask the questions. Virus, blue-green algae, euglena. Okay, and also slime molds they may give. You have to find out the answer, euglena. And masticoamoeba, between the rhizopoda and flagellates. Rhizopoda and flagellate. This is also another important connecting links. And slime molds between the protists and also fungi. Protista. What is the meaning of protista? Anybody else? What is meant by prokaryote? What is meant by protista? So otherwise called as monera and protista. You can differentiate. Which one is monera? Which one is protista? Anybody else, my dear? Monera is nothing but the unicellular prokaryote. Note it down. Monera, unicellular prokaryote. Protista, unicellular eukaryote. You know the difference between these two? Prokaryote, unicellular, okay, and protista, unicellular eukaryote in nature. So you know the difference between the slime molds is also a link between the protist and a fungi. Okay, the science, the deal study of the fungi is called as what? The science that deals with the study of fungi is called as what? It is nothing but mycology. Mycology. Okay. The science that deals study of the algae is called as phycology. Phycology. Okay. Phycology. Okay. You note it down. This is a. See the next slide. This is a connective link in evolution. This is a diagram. So this is a slides. It's not clear. So this is one of the fish. This is the platypus. I will tell you what is meant by platypus. Already you know about it. Platypus is also. Okay. See that second. Proterospongia. Proterospongia. See here, it is also another examples. Link between protozoan and sponges. Here sponge and proto. Proto-sponge. See here, protozoa and also sponges. Consists of flagellated and collared individuals that resemble choanocytes. What is by choanocytes or collar cells of spongy? Sponge means it's nothing but what is it? Sponge in nature, just like a sponge. Choanocyte, the cell is here. What is that? The sponge cell is made up of choanocytes. When you are going to study the animal classification, okay, spongia, otherwise called as sporifera. When you are going to study the sporifera, we can study the what is by choanocytes. Choanocytes is nothing but the what is that? It's nothing but the cells present the above the what where in the sponges. It's similar, look like a flagella. Look like a flagella, just like a needle-like structures. Okay, present in the sponge. That is called as choanocytes. When you are looking the choanocytes, similar to that of the bacteria flagella-like structure. It's a needle-like structures. Okay, flagella, cilia, and pili and fimbria. These are all what is a locomotory organs, mostly present in the lower, what is a microorganism or organisms. Okay. See, this is another protospongia. Here you must mention it: choanocytes, collar cells, sponges, and dichima, otherwise called mesozoa. Mesozoa is nothing but the middle, the connecting link between the ciliates and also sponges. Here the link between the ciliates and sponges. Here the sponge and what is a flagellated protozoans. Okay, protozoan and sponges get ciliated and stenophores or connecting link between the radiata and the bilateria. What is meant by bilateria? Radiata, according to the divisions. Okay, some of the animals, some of the plants, we can, what is that? Split in any directions. That is called as radiata, radially arranged. Some of them are bilaterally arranged. Take an example: human being, we can split into two halves only. And radiata, take an example of starfish, we can cut any direction, you will get equal part. That is called as radiata. Okay, so these are all comes under the headings known as stenophores. Stenophores are connecting link between radiata and the bilateria. Neoplena, it is very, very important. Sometimes they may ask the questions. It is a connection link between the families of annelid and molluscus. Presence of cell and mantle and also large muscular food. This is very, very important. The annelid and mollusca. Why it is called as mollusca? Because the presence of a large muscular food. That's why it is called as mollusca, and also soft in nature. Okay, soft in nature, and also have what is the cell in the backbone. Take an example of snails. The backbone, there is a it carries the which one, you know, cells. It is made up of calcium carbonate. That is also very, very important. And also mantle. Mantle means small. What is a protrude like structure. Okay, the mantle. There is a sensitive organ present in the before the head and the head. Okay, it is used for the identification of the any one of the animals, the prey, like that, whatever it may be. It is used for that one. And peripatas, or connecting link between the families, annelids and arthropoda. This is also very well. So most of the cases they ask these four only: stenophores, neoplena so many times, annelids and molluscus. Okay, and also peripatas. These are the connective links. Already we saw it. And the last four is also chimera, is the connecting between the osteothesis and also chondriothesis. Cytheus. Yes, osteocytheus and also chondriocytheus. Chimera. COS, OC. Okay. And the latimeria is a connection between the fish and the amphibians. You know what? But fish is aquatic. Amphibians means what is the meaning? It may be grow in the or lives in the land as well as the water. It has both characteristics. That means how the fish are respire themselves.
So by gills. So.
Gills. Okay, very good. How many pairs of gills present in it? Will you please? How many pairs do you know? Do you know, Pa? No. Okay, there are 3 pairs of gills is present in it. Okay, what about the amphibian? Amphibians. Okay, the fish and the amphibians. Take an examples. Amphibian is both the characters. It may be living in the land as well as the water. So this is a latimeria. And archaeopteryx, very, very, very important. 100 times you noted. This is a connection between the reptiles and the bats. Reptiles is nothing but the land. Bats means it is only the flying ability. It can fly in the yeah, but reptile it cannot be fly. Only it can run and jump. Okay, but it can all possible. But the archaeopteryx is also one of the bats. Okay, the bat is also it has characteristics of both. Which one is reptile and bats characteristics possesses such type of bats is called as archaeopteryx. Okay, see that. And monotremes, or connecting link between reptiles and mammals. This is also another important. These are the very, very important. What is that? Questions. Archaeopteryx, monotremes, connection between the reptiles and mammals. They may ask the question, which one of the following is connection between the reptiles and mammals? Monitra, Archaeopteryxa, Latimera, and Chimera. They may ask the questions. You have to find out the correct answer. Mono, man, like that you note it down. Archaeopteryx is nothing but the reptiles and bats. This is also. See the next things. See that peripatas, arthropoda, and annelids. Neoplenia, annelids, and molluscan, and protopterus, amphibian, and fishes. Virus, living and non-living. Euglena, plant animals. Platypus, and reptile and mammals. What is meant by platypus? See here the animals. You can come to the conclusion. See the animals. This is called as platypus. It is animals. Will you please, what do you know about the platypus, my dear friends, my dear students? What do you know about the platypus? Yeah.
Sir, duckbill platypus, sir, it's from Australia, sir. It's a marsupial, sir, and it lays eggs, sir, even though it's a mammal.
Okay, very good, nice. But it is also oviparous as well as a viviparous, isn't it? Both the characters present in it. It is simply called as, what is that? Yeah, both the characters. Viviparous as well as oviparous. Oviparous, they can lay the egg at the same time. What happened, you know? It produces a young one also, and also it has a mammary gland also. It gives milks also. Okay, that's why it is a, what is that? Link between the mammals and as well as the bats. See that one? It is a egg laying ability. So this is the platypus animals, isn't it? It has the ability to produce their egg. Okay. After that, what happened? You know, the egg it produces. What is that? See here, there is a young one, and also the mammary gland is also there. It produces the milk for their young ones. So these are all the species of which one, the general characteristics of which one, platypus. That's why it is the connection between the which one, oviparous as well as the viviparous. That means bird as well as the mammals, because mammary gland as well as the egg laying ability is present in it. That is very, very important. Very good, Ajay. Keep it up. Okay. See here, connecting links again and again. I will for your memory. So I have selected so many slides, 3 slides, I think. Non-living and living, virus. Plant and animal, Euglena. Protozoa and porifera, spongia. Already I told you, porifera I told you, isn't it? And coelenterata and turbularians. Finula, larvae. Annelids and arthropoda, peripatas. Annelids and mollusca, neopelina, and agantha and gnatostomata. Okay, clematis, fish amphibia, latimeria, reptile and bats, archaeopteryx, reptile and mammals, prototheria. This is the term. Okay, when the reptile and mammals, there is a name is called as prototheria. Sometimes they may ask the questions. Okay, which one of the following links of reptile and mammals? Okay, prototheria is a correct one. See that same things have been reported here. So many things is there. Okay, Euglena, already you saw it on. Okay, and the last one, Torrenaria larva, echinodermata and chordata. Here, any one question. Sometimes with the see here, protopetrus, lung fishes, bony fishes and amphibia, bony fishes and amphibia. There are so many examples has given. Just to go through the book, then only it will be better for your understanding, isn't it? Okay. See, go to the next one. It's a missing link. But nowadays it is not possible. Okay, because so many animals exist from the world. Will you please list out the any? 2. Archaeopteryx is also one of the missing links, isn't it? What about dinosaurs? Flying fish is present. So these are all are comes under the headings known as which is missing links. The traditional fossils form that it is a connecting link between 2 different groups is called as missing links. transitional fossil form that is connecting link between two different groups is called as missing links. For example, Archaeopteryx lithographia. It is a connection between the reptile and bats. Nowadays, it is not possible. Okay, it is not here. Okay, see that this is the structures. Okay, what are the reptile characters here? So mentioned here. What are the avians, bats characters here? These two characters present the single, what is that? Bats. It's called as what is that? Archaeopteryx. See the reptile characters. What are the characters is there? Already known. Presence of teeth. Solid bones. Free caudal vertebra and a long tail. See that? See, this is called as long tail. Some of the reptile it has a long tail is there. Okay, take an example, Calotus. Okay, and take an examples of what is that? And anything else? Crocodile. Okay, and keelless sternum. Keelless sternum. Sternum already you know, but the center part. There is a keel. There is a center part. There is a keelless sternum. Finger terminates in a claw. Claw means just like a reptile, you know, but there is a small nail protrude from the fingers. These are all are the reptile characteristics. What about the avian characteristics? Presence of feathers. They are having a feathers. You know, but it is also made up of a what is that? One of the keratin protein. It used for the what is that? Flying process, otherwise called as moving process. Jaw modified into peak. There is no teeth here. Okay, in the avian character, there is no teeth here, but here teeth present in it. But here jaw modified into peak, but there is no teeth. Four limbs modified into wings. Okay, see here, these are the four limbs modified into what is that? Wings. It is used for the flying purpose. But here, what is that? There is no four limbs. Four limbs is modified in the form of what is that? Leg. Okay, just for the movement. Hind limbs, bats like hind limbs. Hind limbs is the backbone. Fused cranium bones. Here there is a what is that? Keelless sternum. Here the fused cranium bones. Cranium means the brain. Okay, so listen here. These are the two characteristics present the single. That's why it is called as what is that? What is that? Reptiles. Characters possessed in the Archaeopteryx. Archaeopteryx is nothing but the both the characters, reptiles as well as bat characters present the single organism is called as Archaeopteryx. So this is very, very important things. So becoming a vertebra is missing links. So many things is there. See there here. This is a fish. How it will be fish is converted into jawless fish. Here there is a cartilage. How it will be changed into here. These are all are what is that? Modification. Becoming a vertebra is missing links. In between, there is some of the animals also formed, but these are all are now nowadays it is not possible. Only the process of this only. That is the reasons. So these are all are missing, isn't it? Chordate ancestor, chordate ancestor. Note it down. This is very, very important. When it present in here, the Paleozoic era, Mesozoic era, and last one is Coenozoic era. So nowadays we are the Coenozoic. This is see here, and Mesozoic, middle. Paleozoic. This is also a, what is the meaning? Primitive, ancient stages. We'll study that things also in the archaeological studies. When you are going to study the archaeological evidence like that, or fossil evidence, when we are going to study that time, we can easily study these things. See. Evidence from biogeography. Next one is called as evidence from biogeography. What is the biogeography? Bio means living organism. Geo means what is the land. How it will be distributed. Okay, see here, biogeography means the study of geographical distributions of species is called as biogeography. This was analyzed by so many scientists. Okay, but here your lessons, the most important scientist name is called as what is it? Darwin. Darwin's noticed or analyzed in the Galapagos Island. Note it down. This is very, very important. The Darwin, okay, the analyze was carried out where? Which island? Like that, they may ask the person, Galapagos Island. A group of small black bats, which can eat only the seed only, but have assumed insect eating pattern per the present in the Iceland. Once upon a time, what happened now? Only it is seed eating, only the vegetable eating only. But now, how it will be? It is most of the birds eating the insects, eating pattern. Okay. These finches are discovered by the name of the scientist called as Darwin's. So the finches are called as what is that? Darwin finches. Collectively, they called us which one? Darwin finches. Once again, repeat for you. Darwin analyzed in the Galapagos Island. This is where island. Okay, this is very, very important. There, what is a small group of bats were analyzed, which were originally seed-eating one, but have assumed insect-eating pattern, but present in the island. These finches are often referred to as the Darwin finches. This was analyzed by the name of the scientist Darwin. That's why the name have given us a what is the name? Author names. This is also a very, very important thing. See. He stated the statement the finches of different islands, varieties, yet they were closely related to each other. Not only that, he stated the statement. Likewise, there are so many finches are present in it, in different islands. Where is it? Yet they were closely related to each other. But at the same time, different varieties is there, but each one it has a own what is a relation between the two each other. Okay, relation to each other. Like that, he stated the statement. He reasoned that after originating from a common ancestral seed-eating stock, normally these bats comes from where common ancestor is there. Before 10 generations before, what happened? This bat is present in it. That bat is also eating only the seed only. Okay, geographical changes. Take an examples of evolutionary aspect. What happened? They eat which one? Which one? They eat the insects. So the morphological changes also changed because seed eating bats, the peak is very short in nature. Take an example, insect, they need a long, what is that, peak. Then it easily catch the prey. Okay, so the adaptable changes also takes place. That's why it's considered the known. See the finches radiated to different geographical areas and underwent profound adaptive changes, especially in the pattern of peak. This is very, very important. Normally, the peak is very, very important. Short in nature, whether the seed eating, what is that? Finches. When it changes, because geographical changes also, geographical area, adaptive changes. Suppose the seed is not present, what happened? Automatically they changed. They collect, they hunting the prey, insect as a prey. Okay, so the peak is also what happened, change. That is adaptive changes. This is very, very important. Okay, such an evolutionary process giving rise to a new species adapted to a new habitat and ways of life is called as adaptive radiation. Once again repeated. First one is called as seed eating, isn't it? Change into insect eating. The insect eating species is a new one, isn't it? Considered as a new one. That is called as adaptive radiation. Your adaptive changes. This is adaptive radiation. After 10 years, what happened now? Only the insect eating bats only present in it, isn't it? That is what is the adaptive radiations. The change is called as adaptive change. Why? Because geographical area, how it will be according to their geographical area, different area present in. That's why it is changed into their adaptation. Then only it can survive. Otherwise, it lead to death. Suppose take an example: seed eating insects, sorry, seed eating bats only present in it. Only the insect only present in. How they will eat? They will not eat it. Few or 5 days, it will lead to death, isn't it? So then only it can change their what is that, food habitat. So that is called as adaptive radiation. So note it down. This is also a very, very important one. Okay. And further, Australia is the home to the great diversity of pouched mammals. Pouched mammals, they told which one, kangaroo. But relatively few placental mammals. Okay, these are all are what is the important thing. Only in the which one in Australia only, because it cannot able to survey any other places compared to Australia. Australia one is the what is that motherland. That is the reasons. Okay, see the next one. Darwin explained that adaptive radiations gave rise to the variety of marsupials in Australia. The same process of adaptive radiation as found in the finches in the Galapagos Island. Australia, what are the animals present in it? Okay, they are all are considered getting known as adaptive, because only the climate and as well as the food habitat, it is an island, isn't it? Do not move on to anywhere, because within the land only, what are the food habits present in it? What are the tree? What are the plant? What are the animals they can survive? Okay, that is the what is that general characteristics. They will not exist from anywhere. Okay, so pouched mammals, it is nothing but the what is that kangaroo. Likewise, the Galapagos Islands also, the bats is also here. So many variety of marsupial gas right to the adaptive radiation. This is also mentioned by the name of the scientist. What is that? Darwin. Notice down, it is very, very important. Which one is the comparative here? The Australia as well as the Galapagos Island. These are the two things. Here the birds, here the what is that? Kangaroo. Okay, this is very, very important. See here, convergent evidence of Australian marsupial and placental mammals. It is not clear. Okay, so just to go through the book, then only it will be better for your understanding. I will show you another slide. See here. So this is also not clear visible. I will try, but it is not good. See here. These are all the wolf. There is a wolf is there here. The wolf is also modified in some other forms. Here, see that squirrel, flying squirrel. This is also a flying squirrel. See that changes here. Okay, the mouse. This is also a marsupial mouse. So there is a changes here. Okay, these are all a changed one. These are all Australian marsupial. This one is called as placental mammals. The connection between these two, what are the changes which occurs? Okay, see, these are the changes. See, evidence of evolution. Okay, so here, what are the evidences present in nature? Already we discussed. See, morphological evidence, homologous organs, analogs organs, the vestigial organs. These are all morphological characters. And geological time and scale, paleontology evidences, biochemical evidences. What are the chemical structures? What are the chemical structure present in each and every cells? And embryological support for evolutions. Evolution by natural selections. Evolution by anthropogenic actions. These are the what is that? Very, very important evidence of evolutions. Okay, these things we must note it down. Very, very important. Before we will discuss these things on the tomorrow classes. Okay. Before, what are the things we will discuss? See here, already you know a little bit. Okay. See, what are the evolutions? What are the evolution? What are the general characteristics of evolutions? What are the evidence of taxonomy and that things? Okay, what is my evolutions? See here. Second one is, see, evidence of evolutions. Who did the main things? Charles Robert Darwin. So what is the name? That one already discussed. Unfold. And properties and their properties and populations also changes due to the genetical aspects. Topolsky. Okay, nothing in biology makes sense except in the light of evolutions. And then what are the evidences? Already we discussed taxonomy, connected link, physiology, biologically, biochemistry, anatomy of morphology, and comparative, and evidence from embryology and cytology, genetics, paleontology, and also biogeography. This is the tree, Lamarck. Okay, tree of what is that? Biogeography. Already you know about that things also. Taxonomic, and when we study the deeply, you know, what are the things is there? So similarity and dissimilarities. The genealogical tree was first drawn by Lamarck in 1809. This is also very, very important things. See, this is the taxonomical hierarchy. Which one is the highest category? Which one is the lowest category? Highest category is kingdom, and lowest category is called a species. Unit of life is unit of classification means species is the lowest classification. This is also very, very important. See, connecting links. What are the in between animals? Virus, blue-green algae, euglena, mastico, amoeba, and slime molds. Okay. So, and also protosporangia and dicima and ctenophora, neoplena, annelida, peripatus. Okay. And then last chimera and latimeria and archaeopteryx and monotremes. These are the very, very important things already we studied, isn't it? And Pleiadius, what are the general characteristics of Pleiadius? How it will be linked with the bird as well as the reptiles? That things also we already studied. And missing links. Okay, missing links examples given as two things is there. What are the general characteristics of reptiles and as well as the avians? And then evidence of biogeography. What is the main important? Who did the work? The name of the scientist called as Darwin. Which island? Galapagos Islands. Which one? Bats is called seed eating as well as converted to insect eating pattern. Okay, this is very, very important. That is called as adaptive changes and adaptive radiation. Which one is the adaptive radiation? The new species is called as adaptive radiation. Okay, see, and it's comparative with the Australia. What is that? There are so many pouched mammals. Which one is the kangaroo? Is the pouched mammals. Likewise, Australia and also some of other islands also have and variety of marsupials. Okay, the Galapagos Islands. Okay, that things today we saw it. Okay, tomorrow we'll see the evidence of evolution. Okay, and one by one deeply. Okay, ba. Thank you so much for your participation and thank you so much. Okay. Thank you, Maggie.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, sir.